And welcome back to Stories from the River. This is Charlie Maloof, host of the podcast and president and CEO of Broad River Retail. And this is episode 3 of our Elevate Summit series. For our first guest today, we're going to bring out Heather Greenwood, our director of Memory Maker Experience here at Broad River Retail. Heather's going to come talk to us about what we're doing here with the Elevate Summit, a brand new series and event that we're bringing to the river.
Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
Heather, welcome back to the pod.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I think you've been on the podcast one of the most times, maybe between you and Manny. It's like, who's the most frequent guest?
I'm trying to beat him.
Yeah, if we look at the audience requests, you're way up there.
Good.
They're like, more Heather Greenwood, more Heather Greenwood. So we can't have enough Heather Greenwood on the pod. And you do a great job. And thanks for the guest hosting that you've done and taking some time with us. So you oversee our Memory Maker Experience team and department. And Heather, what are we doing here? Where are we? What are we doing?
Yeah, well, we're live. Looks a little bit different today.
Yeah.
We're live at the Embassy Suites in Concord. And so when we get together, and now that we have the ability to get together once again, we like to go off-site. We like to go somewhere different to connect, to engage, to learn. We've held sleep summits here in the past. And so this was an obvious choice for me when Stacey and I first talked about the Elevate Summit. And we're here to learn. We're in the learning zone. We're here with our partners. We're here with our memory makers. And this is really going to kick them off into the end of the year. They need that extra momentum, that extra juice. We know that Sleep Summit does that for them. And so the Elevate Summit makes a lot of sense and actually makes me wonder why we haven't done it before.
Yeah.
Because it just makes sense. Even watching them walk out to lunch right now, they're excited, they're thirsty for more, and they're ready to go help their guests.
Yeah. What is the magic of coming together in person?
It's just so different. Pre-COVID, we were an interactive company. And I always tell people that we were maybe a little bit too of a touchy-feely company, right? We hug, we high-five, we get to know each other, and then we went dark. And so I think in coming back, there's something about talking to each other, getting to know, oh, that's that person on the KPI report who's number one. Oh, that's Leah, that's Anna Maria. Just to watch them engage. And remember, we're all part of the same family. We're all Broad River, whether I'm in Augusta or I'm out in Wilson. Here's an opportunity for us to remember why we're here, to furnish life's best memories.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. Like pre-COVID, we were doing like RX meetings every month in person in Fort Mill. That's when we only had one campus. And then we were doing like leadership summits. And then we were doing purpose summits with all of our leaders, for 1 or 2 days in person. And so we've historically had this sleep summit, which, cascaded into phenomenal sales in sleep for a Moneyball month. So we have these kind of anchors of these Moneyball months, and we've never really had let's get back in person for late October to really propel the biggest month of the year, which is November. And really when it's $1 million memory maker season, right? So many people are crossing or still pursuing their annual goals that they had, that they're looking forward to celebrating at the gala. And so we're in between like the soiree and the gala, and this is just another in-person event. But it's really strategically timed because we need it. We need it right now, right? And so we're going to launch a contest, which is, who created this shirt?
Emmeline created it on the MMX team.
And so we have this event, the 40-day climb to the top, and Emmeline did a great job here.
Thank you.
So I don't know that we've ever done a purple shirt before, but
First time ever.
Yeah, first time ever. My college colors were purple, Millsaps majors, and so it's a great logo, it's a great design, and it's a 40-day challenge. Now, what's been your favorite part of the summit so far?
Oh gosh, this is day 2, and so I think some of the things I like is that we just have different partners, and not, our regular partners. Having Tempur-Pedic here, they always wow, right? Lisa and her team, I think every time they come, and as we plan it, Lisa's like, what are we going to do different? How are we going to engage them? Are we fun enough? And they do a great job. But I think this week, seeing TD Bank present live and hear from Laura on all the benefits of TD Bank, and then Versatile. This is something we've talked about for a long time, and so to unveil it this week and share with our memory makers, there's always a lot going on behind the scenes. You might not always know or hear it, but we're constantly thinking about how do we innovate and how do we make the process more seamless for our guests. So I think there's been a lot of learnings. I know even today, my second day through it, I've taken a lot of notes. And then of course, Stacey and Carl unveiling this 40-day challenge. More prizes, more money. When he brought the challenge to myself and my team, we're like, How many prizes? How much money? Okay. So a lot of excitement. Definitely feels good to send our memory makers back out of the stores after this week.
And we've got to set some records.
Yes.
Now, are you going to are you taking the road trip to Salisbury?
Sure will. Yes.
And were you there yesterday?
I was.
So what were some of your takeaways yesterday?
It was so interactive and engaging. Again, when I first heard the idea, we're going to take them to the store and we're going to rotate, immediately I thought of all the logistical nightmares that could happen. But being there yesterday, everything was so interactive. So we got to spend time with our marketing specialist from Ashley. It was great to see Jana in action, doing some product knowledge and practicing our purposeful reapproach with Carl and Dana. They did such a great job. Everybody participated. Everybody was active and learning. It was so much fun. I think that's probably one of the best parts of this so far. And again, we get to be together with people we're not normally together with.
That's right. Now, you talked about RX meetings. We talked about that earlier. Do you know what this is right here?
A purpose bomb blanket quilt?
It sure is. This represents some of the T-shirts that Renee Bradley has acquired over her illustrious 10-year career. And as a gift for her, usually we give someone else a gift on their 10-year anniversary. She gave me a gift and the company a gift and took all of her shirts. And she had someone to take the shirts and do a shirt quilt with a little river stitching. And so that's a walk down memory lane right there. You're probably here for, if not all, most of these events.
I think so. I think those are all in my collection.
That's right. Well, Heather, anything else you want to say about the Elevate Summit?
I just am so grateful for this time with our memory makers. We don't have enough of it anymore. And I just think about how much it means to them. Being in that room, watching how thoughtful and intentional they are. They crave this type of connection and just knowing we're going to send them back, feeling really good. Our memory makers in the store work so hard and not everybody knows that.
Yeah.
It's a tough job.
Yeah.
And we love them and we care for them. And so to be able to celebrate and give back to them just feels really good.
Well, thank you for loving and caring for our memory makers so well, so intentionally. And thanks for helping us pull off this wonderful, first time ever, the Elevate Summit. Thanks so much, Heather.
Thank you.
And for our second guest on episode 3 of the Elevate Summit series, I'm going to bring out Aaron LeRoux. Aaron is a 19-year veteran with Ashley Furniture Industries, and he's currently Vice President of Enterprise Sales for Florida and Wisconsin. Aaron, so glad to see you in person.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
It's been great.
Usually I just see you when I'm stopping in town in Tampa for various meetings.
Yeah, or one of the webcams of the big meetings that we have. We can kind of bounce around the Hollywood squares.
That's right. That's exactly right. Now, Aaron, you've been with Ashley for how many years?
19 years.
19 years. Wow. And what role did you start in and where did you start?
I started off as a customer service associate answering the phones in Pewaukee, Wisconsin.
Wow.
And from there, I went to office manager. Then I realized, whoa, I'm missing all of this pay on the other side of the table with the sales associates that were coming by. So went on the sales floor, did very well at the sales floor. Ran a call center for Wisconsin. At that time, we had maybe 4 stores and locations. Helped with some inventory piece. I was the first trainer, sales trainer within the enterprise market as well. So we kind of kicked that off a bit. Promoted, got to Tampa in 2010 as regional director. Assisted with some training, and currently, after all that, and I probably missed some jobs somewhere in between, I'm vice president of sales for our East Home stores. I oversee the Florida market as well as some stores in Wisconsin.
So you oversee Tampa, Orlando, two growing markets, and then the 4 stores in Wisconsin.
Correct, yes.
And you're based in Tampa.
Yes, I am.
For the last 13, 14 years.
Yeah, it's been great. 2010, family loves it, like the sunshine.
Yeah.
No offense, Wisconsin, but we like our palm trees.
You're from Wisconsin originally?
No, I actually grew up in Maine.
Oh, wow.
And then I lived in Hawaii for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
So I was in hospitality. I worked at a Greenwood Resort and Spa out there in Maui. That was great. And then my wife's originally from Wisconsin. Okay. So that's how it all came. Second week I was in Wisconsin. Pewaukee was just opening up as a new location and started there.
Now, you said a sales trainer. Were you ever in learning and development?
I was not specifically. I coached a lot in sports. So in a sense, yes, I love coaching. I like helping others. I like acquiring a new skill and being able to pass that skill on to others. And I think that passion just has always been with me, and it's still within me in my role today.
And did you ever work with like Mark Dufresne or Chris Caprio?
Yeah. Those are tremendous leaders. Just honored to be able to work with them. Their people first focus. It's just been something that's always stayed with us. It's still a critical part of our business, and taught me a lot.
And let's see, one more name. Rob Rollman worked with you down in
Yeah,
Philly?
good old Rob.
Yeah.
Rob Rollman's a tremendous leader as well. Just saw every once in a while on the social media, you get to see what he's doing, still excelling and doing well. Just a great guy. Just so he owns a room. Let's just put it that way. When Rob's in a room, you know Rob's in a room.
That's right. Now, Aaron, we've had several folks from, we always trade best practices, and we've had a lot of visitors from corporate. We've been to various corporate locations and whatnot. This might be your first visit to the river, though.
Yes, it is. Okay. Yes, it is. And yeah, really, I've been dying to get here, so I'm glad we made it happen.
I'm glad we did as well. And you brought a couple friends with you.
Yeah, so we have a couple new vice presidents. Laura Stevens, who's going to be over the Georgia market, vice president of sales. And then I have Charlie. Charlie's going to be over the Stonehenge market. He's up in San Francisco, and we're really getting some more hyper-focused presence in our leadership across all of enterprise, so we can be more boots on the ground, if you will, and more of a support in all of our locations. So it's a great move. I mean, I couldn't be more pleased with who we brought aboard and the time that I'm going to get to spend with them. So they're great.
Got to spend a little bit of time with them. They seem like both very sharp retail minds.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, just great energy.
Now, so being in a lot of training sessions over the years, we just had a training session, a morning session, and we're about to go to the, you'll be here for days 2 and 3, I believe. And we're about to go up to Salisbury for the in-person interactive session. So I do want to get you back for that, let you off the seat. But what did you think of the morning session thus far?
Yeah, so what I truly appreciate what you've done is the people first mentality. To start off the meeting with just being grateful and showing the appreciation for each other, for being on this earth, being alive, all the things that we have that many people don't have, is just a great way to kick it off. Each and every day, we should also have that gratitude and that mindset. And to start that off with your meeting was just a tremendous way to be able to go about it. I really appreciate it. Sounds like there were some hiccups going on with technology and systems in those pieces. I love the transparency that you brought to the table and being able to explain that we're aware of some situations are going on. We're taking action on it. We hear your voice. We're being proactive. That clarity goes a long way to a team member to know that the leader has it. We're going to take care of this, and addressing the elephant in the room, if you will.
That's exactly right.
And that's the right way to be able to do it. And when they talk about the culture here, and you go like, "What's up with the culture?" Because it's always been so positive. That's always everything that I can hear. You can see it and hear it from the way that you speak to the team and the engagement that you have with them. And it's fun. Yeah. And that's a critical part. Yeah. We can do a lot of work, but we can have fun doing it.
That's right.
And always remembering that's a key part of the success part, and keeping it light and caring. But when push comes to shove, I know you guys are going to win. So that's that rally cry as well.
It's so interesting. I could have expected you to say something like about the power-based technology or about versatile credit, but you went to like the softer skills. You went to like, hey, how you opened the meeting was with gratitude really important. How you keep it fun is really important. So how you address the elephant in the room showed transparency and built trust. So I really appreciate you calling out those things that people might gloss over, but are maybe the most important elements to like getting everyone together to make sure that you have fun, that you can speak truthfully and candidly, and that you can make sure that we're going to set it off the right way, the right cadence.
And I know within your sales process, you talk about connection. Connection is one of the first pieces of the guest interaction, and you have to earn the right to be able to connect with your customers. You have to earn the right to connect with your internal customers.
That's right.
And when you're doing the transparency and you're having that consistent conversation and you're keeping teams engaged and you have their best interest in mind, they're more likely to go that extra mile for you.
Yeah.
To try something that maybe they didn't feel comfortable doing, because you've earned that right through the conversations that you're having with your team.
Well, you earn that right day by day, drip by drip. It's the crock pot mentality, right? You can't microwave culture. It's a crock pot mentality. And so, but you have to build trust and that mentality slowly over time. It can be eroded really quickly.
Oh yes, correct.
The stroke of a pen.
Yeah.
So you have to protect it, insulate it, and work on it every single day.
Yeah.
Now, we also launched a 40-day climb to the top.
Yeah.
And so I've got the shirt here. I want to make sure you get a shirt as well.
Love it.
Get the whole experience. So we got the logo here. We do custom shirts. This represents some of the custom shirts we've had over the years. That was a custom quilt that someone just made for us.
This is great.
On her 10-year anniversary.
Oh, love it.
Some of the different shirts she pulled out of her closet and had
so much work goes into that.
That's right.
That's passion.
That sure is.
When someone's willing to take their own personal time to do something, that means you've done something tremendous in their life. So that's awesome.
It's a great walk down memory lane. It's
yeah,
really, 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 really thoughtful. So 40-day climb to the top. So November, we're on a fiscal calendar. And so November's a 5-week month for us. And it's a tentpole month, if you will. You go from Halloween, Veterans Day to Black Friday. And, it's all in on sales. You're trying to hit your annual goals, your monthly goals. And then we kind of juiced it a little bit more, saying, hey, we're going to have these extra climb to the top goals and the 4 sprints within the 40-day challenge. Yeah. What was your takeaway from that?
I love the idea of upping the ante, if you will, and understanding that we have some goals to go after, and we're going to help you go over there, and we're going to support you and celebrate you by doing so. The numbers you are throwing out there are pretty big, but the rewards to do so are very, very generous for you to be able to take care of the team like that. So they have every right to win, and you've set it up pretty well for them to be able to achieve it.
Well, we win together. We love these phrases like mutual prosperity and spirit of abundance. And so, Aaron, it's so great to have you. I hope you go. Don't want to keep you from Salisbury. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to go see the store.
Yeah, well, let's go.
All right.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.